Hello there. So this is the second part of malaria. In the last class, we studied this geographical distribution of malaria, lifestyle of Plasmodium, few terms associated like relapse and recrudescence, classification of anti-malarial drug based on the site of action or based on action, chemoprophylaxis for any traveling from non-malarious zone to the malarious zone, and treatment regimen for different kind of malaria. So in this audio slide, we will study about chloroquine first, then primaquine, then artemisinin, quinine, lumefantrine, mefloquine, their pharmacology, and name a few antifolate antimalarials and few common brand names of antimalarials. So speaking about chloroquine, it comes in the brand name Lariago, which is chloroquine phosphate. Therefore, and 300 mg chloroquine base is equal to 500 mg chloroquine phosphate. It looks like 200 mg is phosphate. So 150 mg chloroquine base is equal to 250 mg chloroquine phosphate, and the brand name is Lariago. So what are the uses? If it is someone is going to the malarious zone, one may take this 300 mg chloroquine base once in a week. Therefore, it is also used if the region is chloroquine sensitive, as I mentioned, the few countries of Middle East and Central America, and it is the drug of choice for non-falciparum and sensitive falciparum malaria. That is quite obvious, and uh, it is also it is also used as anti-protozoal drugs in anti-amoebic liver abscess because it is concentrated in the liver, and hydroxychloroquine is used in rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease. It is used long term, and other reactions are in lepra reactions. It has possibility of using lepra reaction and discoid lupus erythematosus. And what is the mechanism of action? Chloroquine itself is basic, and it accumulates in the vacuole of plasmodial vacuole, and it raises the pH, and this raising of pH in the vacuole would interfere with degradation of hemoglobin from toxic heme to non-toxic hemozoin, and this heme then damages the plasmodial membrane, or in other words, the degradation product of hemoglobin is heme, and heme is normally degraded into hemozoin, which is non-toxic, but this chloroquine raises the pH of vacuoles, thereby hinders the conversion of heme to non-toxic hemozoin, and heme is harmful and damages the plasmodial membranes. Quinine, mefloquine, and lumefantrine also has similar action, but the action of mefloquine is being debated. So quinine and lumefantrine act by same mechanism, but mefloquine previously it was said that it used to act in the same fashion, but now there are some controversies. And regarding mechanism of action, pruritus in especially in African population is the most common side effect of chloroquine. Besides gastric intolerance, namely nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and anorexia, in skin rashes, because it tends to accumulate in skin, so it may cause rashes, photoallergy, and graying of hair. And as with most of the anti malarials, it also causes hemolysis in G6PD deficient, but is comparatively rare than primaquine. And ECG change, again like most of the antimalarial drugs, it may cause QT prolongation, and therefore there is likelihood of causing the arrhythmia. And long term, when given, like it is given long term hydroxychloroquine in rheumatoid arthritis. So in that case, it may accumulate in the ear, that is ear, and it may cause irreversible ototoxicity. To eyes, it may accumulate in the retina and cornea, may cause visual disturbances, and similarly it may also cause myopathy. So there are altogether 6 important side effects: 1. Pruritus, GI intolerance, skin rashes, hemolysis, ECG changes, and long term due to accumulation in eyes, ear, and maybe in muscles, myopathy. So what is the contraindication and precaution when it comes to chloroquine? Please don't try it. It is contraindicated in pregnancy because it is safe in pregnancy and young women. It is the drug of choice of malaria for sensitive malaria in case of pregnancy and young children. And its contraindication is parenteral administration is contraindicated, which may cause hypotension to respiratory and cardiac arrest to seizure. Hypotension and respiratory and cardiac arrest to seizure, and similarly it may cause acute attack of psoriasis and porphyria in susceptible people. And similarly, as I told in the previous slide, it tends to deposit in retina and cornea. So in visual field abnormalities as well as myopathy, it is contraindicated. And hematological disorders like G6PD deficiency to maybe spirocytosis, all the hematological disorders, because it has tendency to cause hemolysis, it is contraindicated. Now regarding interaction, it reacts with the calcium and magnesium in the antacids, thereby preventing its absorption, and it also reacts with antidiarrheal agent kaolin. So these are the two important interactions. And beside it has been documented that the chloroquine resistance at different part of the world that we see, except in the Middle East, few countries of Middle East and Central America, it can be reversed by certain drugs like verapamil, desipramine, and chlorpheniramine. But the true value of this resistant reversing drug is not established, but still it has been documented that its resistance may be reversed by verapamil, which is calcium channel blocker, cardio-specific calcium channel blocker, desipramine, which is an anti-malarial, and chlorpheniramine, which is an antihistaminic. So talking about primaquine, it has action except blood or RBC C20 it has action in liver as well as in gametes. So except for RBC C20 it has action both in as tissue C20 and as gametocide. So what are its indication? It helps to complete the radical care for Vivax and Ovel, and similarly even in the case of chemoprophylaxis, if a person returns from the malarious zone and it is suspected that he might be suffering from Vivax and Ovel, then we do this terminal prophylaxis with Vivax and Ovel with the same dose, 30 mg in 2 divided dose for 14 days. And beside it also has gametocidal action, as I explained earlier. Single dose of primaquine 45 mg, here the dose is different than for terminal prophylaxis or the radical cure. 45 mg base can be used to control, can use as a control measure to render Plasmodium falciparum gametocide non-infective to mosquitoes. This therapy is of no clinical benefit to the patient but will disrupt the transmission. At 45 mg base, it is used as gametocidal to render Plasmodium falciparum gametocide non-infective to mosquitoes. Besides, it can also be used as for pneumocystis aerobicki in combination with clindamycin. So these are the 4 uses of primaquine. And what is the mechanism of action of primaquine? The mechanism of action of primaquine is not known but is compulsorily different from chloroquine. So mechanism of action of primaquine is not known. And what are the side effects? Again, the GI intolerance, non-specific like headache and uneasiness in chest, and it is again this this anti-malarial drug. Most of the anti-malarial drug have this oxidant property, so it may give rise to hemolysis, and methemoglobinemia. Methemoglobinemia is the ferrous form of iron in hemoglobin changes into the ferric form. This is methemoglobinemia. So this happens especially in case of those who are G6PD deficient. So this is one of the side effect of primaquine. And serious but rare leukopenia, agranulocytosis, and again cardiac arrhythmias. This is one of the most important area of this antimalarial. So it happens also in this drug. Serious but rare leukopenia, blood cell count decrease as well as increase or this cardiac arrhythmia. So these are the side effects. Non-specific like headache and nausea, vomiting, GI intolerance, hemolysis and methemoglobinemia, especially in those who have G6PD deficiency, and few very rare but important like leukopenia, leukocytosis, agranulocytosis means very less amount of is granulated blood vessels. Granulated blood vessels are neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. So it's just like leukopenia but more specific towards the granulocyte. And so what are the precautions that we take and contraindication? If a person is G6PD deficient, no primaquine is not given. And similarly, fetus is also G6PD deficient, so pregnancy is also contraindication for primaquine. And no, it like chloroquine, it is never given parenterally because it causes hypotension, and its GI side effect. For precaution, its GI side effect could be minimized if taken with meals. So these are the four maybe contraindication or precaution. So interaction, its property of causing granulocytopenia is increased if it is given with other myelosuppressive drugs like quinidine. So it is never given with a drug causing granulocytopenia like myelosuppressive drugs. So this is never given with that. So artemisinin and derivatives. Artemisinin is apart from chloroquine, I assume that artemisinin is the second most important drug for this malaria. So it must be thorough. You student must be thorough about it. Originally, it was derived from a tree known as Artemisia annua. Artemisinin was derived from Artemisia annua, which was the plant used by Chinese traditional medicine. In the Chinese traditional medicine, it was used, and now we have these 4 different compounds, and again another one arterilone is coming. So there are 5 different derivatives of from this Artemisia annua. The first derivative is artemisinin, and all of the that follows are also known as artemisinin based compounds. All of these could be called artemisinin based compound. First one is artemisinin, and for the sake of remembrance, you can go for dihydroartemisinin, and then you can remember this drug used in severe malaria, complicated malaria, artesunate, and another one is that used with coartem, that is artemether. So we have artemisinin derivatives. These are formulated in these many products. They are the same, but only their pharmacokinetics changed a little bit by adding and subtracting different molecules, different atoms, and they are done so to change the pharmacokinetics. Like artemisinin is insoluble, so it could be taken only orally, artemisinin, whereas this artesunate is water soluble, so it can be given orally, intravenously, intramuscularly, and even by rectal administration, just to change the route of administration, to facilitate the route of administration, and to change the T half life, so that to make drug giving easier, these have been changed. So once again, artemisinin, dihydroartemisinin, artesunate, and artemether. Among these, dihydroartemisinin is the active compound, active metabolite. All of these are prodrugs. They has to be converted into dihydroartemisinin in the body to get them acting. So indications: 1. WHO recommends 5 artemisinin based combination for the treatment of uncomplicated falciparum malaria, and it is also artesunate is recommended for the complicated falciparum malaria. as we already have seen in different regimens. So what are those 5 different regimen for uncomplicated malaria that was suggested by WHO? One is coartem, you know what is coartem, and another one is artesunate base. Three others are artesunate base. One is artesunate amodiaquine. Amodiaquine is belongs to the same group like chloroquine, so artesunate plus amodiaquine, second one. And third one is artesunate plus mefloquine. Artesunate plus mefloquine. Fourth one is artesunate plus sulfadoxine pyrimethamine. Sulfadoxine pyrimethamine is also known as Fansidar, and it is less favor because of being less efficacious. And the other one is dihydroartemisinin. We talk about artemisinin based compounds, and here it is dihydroartemisinin piperaquine. So all of these we have dihydroartemisinin piperaquine. So all of these we have 5 different, and we use this coartem so often because it is available in here. So what is the mechanism of action? It has a bit look. Artemisinin form endoperoxide breeze with the in the food vacuole. Artemisinin form artemisinin endoperoxide breeze in the parasite food vacuole, and the iron catalyzed cleavage of this artemisinin endoperoxide breeze liberates the free radical, and this free radical is responsible for the antimalarial action of artemisinin. Once again, this artemisinin forms artemisinin endoperoxide breeze with the food vacuole, with the parasite's food vacuole, and this undergoes iron catalyzed cleavage, and that generates free radical, and that free radical is responsible for antimalarial action. Besides, it also causes inhibition and the other mechanism of action may be inhibition of parasite calcium ATPase. Calcium ATPase is required for the aerobic respiration, so this calcium ATPase is parasite inhibits the parasite calcium ATPase. So this could be the mechanism of action of artemisinin. You remember artemisinin endoperoxide breeze. Artemisinin endoperoxide breeze. So what may be the? It has very less side effects. One is if given orally, like you give artemether and others. So if you give orally, it may cause nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, etc. And this is one of the few drugs like sulfonamide which cause drop fever. The no other cause for fever, only the cause is drop fever, and like other antimalarial, it may cause ECG changes and cell count and decrease in cell counts, decrease in WBC counts rather, decrease in WBC count. So basically there are 3 possible side effects. One is GI intolerance if given orally, drop fever, which is the fever due to no other cause, no infective cause but fever. This is rare causes, and it also causes reversible ECG changes and decrease in WBC counts. So what are the contraindication and precaution of this artemisinin? Artemisinin monotherapy is contraindicated. We always give another drug along with artemisinin. We also give other drug with artemisinin to prevent the resistance maybe, and to make it more effective. And another contraindication is if already the blood cell counts are less, even including the I just mentioned this WBC count, but it also decreases the RBC count as well as thrombocytopenia. So in case of any kind of decreased WBC or RBC or thrombocytes count, it is not used. And again, if there is allergy, this drug is contraindicated. Interaction, like it also causes the ECG changes. Concurrent administration with the drugs prolonging the QT like QT interval, like astimizole, antiarrhythmics, tricyclic antidepressants, and phenothiazines. These are antidepressant. Phenothiazine is a antipsychotic drug, and astimizole is antihistaminic, and antiarrhythmics is the class of its own. Which all of these change the QT, prolong the QT. So there may be this synergistic QT prolongation, so patient may land up in problem. Now talking about quinine. Quinine is derived from the cinchona bark. That means there is some tree known as cinchona, and it is the bark of that tree. Quinidine, which is a popular antiarrhythmic drug, it is dextrorotatory stereoisomer. Dextrorotatory stereoisomer. Stereoisomers are like there are levorotatory, and most of the compounds are racemic mixture, that is combination of two different forms. One is dextrorotatory and another is levorotatory. Dextrorotatory means when a polarized light is shined on it, it deflects the light towards the right side, and levorotatory means it deflects the light towards the left side. So if we take out only the dextrorotatory stereoisomer, it becomes quinidine, which is an antiarrhythmic drug, and quinine must be the racemic mixture of both. So what is the indication of this quinine? It is only blood seizonticide, reliable blood seizonticide for all the 4 species of human malaria. Therefore, it might be used in case of chloroquine resistant uncomplicated malaria. Even it could be used for complicated malaria, even complicated chloroquine resistant malaria. And similarly with clindamycin, it is used in babesiosis infection known as babesiosis. It is just like a protozoal infection, very similar to plasmodial infection that is found in few states of United States. And besides, it acts as muscular relaxant, so it may be used in nocturnal cramps, nocturnal muscle cramps, and myotonia congenita. So these are 2 conditions in which it is used, because it is a muscle relaxant. What is the mechanism of action of this drug quinine? It is like chloroquine. So what is the adverse drug reaction of chloroquine? It is intensely bitter, and on acute or chronic toxicity it might cause synchronism, which may be in form of idiosyncratic and hypersensitive in few person. And in this synchronism, everything in the head starts to having problem. For example, ear will start to have tinnitus, means ringing sound in the ear without being it present, tinnitus. And similarly headache and nausea, dizziness, flushing of face, and visual disturbances. So everything in the head, that is synchronism, and this is one contraindication for restarting quinine. And it may cause type 1 hypersensitivity from urticaria, pruritus to bronchospasm and anaphylaxis. And besides, it also causes hemolysis in G6PD deficiency, hemolysis. And one very important side effect of quinine is hypoglycemia, because it stimulates the pancreatic beta cell, and it is more so in the pregnant patients, and in those in pregnant patients and patient having in pregnant patient, because because they have high insulin sensitivity, and it causes increased secretion of insulin from pancreas. And besides quinine, when given intravenous, it may cause thrombophlebitis. And similarly, it may besides thrombophlebitis, when given IV fast, it may cause severe hypotension and arrhythmia. Contraindication: whenever we start quinine, we have to do this cardiac monitoring, because it causes QT prolongation, and if QT prolongation is more than 25%, the drug has to be stopped. Cardiac monitoring. And synchronism, stop the drug. Hemolysis, stop the drug. Hypersensitivity, stop the drug. So these are the contraindications. So what are the interactions? It should not be given with mefloquine, and even those who have received this mefloquine as an chemoprophylaxis, they have to be cautioned, because both of them cause QT prolongation, and its absorption is decreased by aluminum containing antacids, and it raises the plasma levels of warfarin and digoxin. So these are the interactions: one with QT prolonging drug, another is aluminum containing antacids, and third one is with warfarin and digoxin. It increases its plasma level, warfarin and digoxin plasma level. Now lumefantrine indication. I think the student can tell about this Coartem, its dose, its indication, its how many days it is used, and its mechanism of action. It is like chloroquine, so this vacuole, raising the pH. Normally hem into hemozoin. This is prevented. Hem is toxic to the plasmodial membrane. A student can tell that. Now ADR, it has three different ADRs. Lumefantrine in GI, in skin, and in heart. In heart, it prolongs the QT and making it more liable to the arrhythmia, and skin pruritus, rash, and in GI intolerance. Now lumefantrine, what is its contraindication and precaution? It is cardiac if there is cardiac conduction defects, then we don't use this drug, and it is also embryotoxic, so we don't give this drug if the woman is pregnant. Interaction of lumefantrine, its oral absorption is increased by food, so we prescribe this drug to take it with food, and it has it has chances of QT prolongation may be increased by mefloquine co-therapy, so we don't prescribe it with mefloquine. And beside that, its drug level may be affected by the drugs which affect CYP3A4, like cimetidine, like ciprofloxacin. So these drugs, or maybe rifampicin, so those drugs which interact with the CYP3A4 will alter its metabolism. Now mefloquine, it is the chemoprophylaxis in all malaria zone except where no chloroquine resistance, and some areas of Southeast Asia where there is high prevalence of mefloquine resistance. This is the chemoprophylaxis in all, especially in our zone, except in those three highlighted zones, if you remember from the first CIS. So if artesunate for uncomplicated falciparum malaria, with artesunate, this drug lumefantrine is given for uncomplicated malaria. This mefloquine is given with artesunate for uncomplicated falciparum malaria. One is for chemoprophylaxis and another is for uncomplicated falciparum malaria. If you remember, we give artesunate plus mefloquine, also one of the regimen for this uncomplicated falciparum malaria. It is chemically related to quinine mechanism of action, but its mechanism of action is unknown. Like chloroquine, it is supposed, but recent evidence suggests that the site of action of mefloquine is in the parasitic cytosol rather than the acidic vacuole. Its ADR is highly costly and not available in the most places, and it has poor tolerability. It is bitter to taste, and so nausea, vomiting, epigastric pain, etc. And it also has some ECG changes from QT prolongation to sinus bradycardia. And the main important of mefloquine is it causes neuropsychiatric reaction like disturbed sense of balance, ataxia, errors in operating machinery, strange dreams, to anxiety and hallucination. So these are all caused by the neuropsychiatric. So variety of neuropsychiatric reactions is caused by the mefloquine. So it is contraindicated. Another is ECG, another is taste, and another is cost. So contraindication and precautions of epilepsy. So contraindication and precautions: epilepsy and psychiatric disorders are contraindicated. So are arrhythmias and cardiac conduction defects, and it is not given parenterally, which is also contraindicated. Interaction: it causes synergistic QT prolongation with halofantrine, quinine, and quinidine, so they are not co-prescribed. Now, what does Fansidar mean? Fansidar means pyrimethamine 25 mg and sulfadoxine 500 mg. Similarly, Malaronone means a famous brand name which consists of 250 mg atovaquone and 100 mg proguanil. Few folate antagonists used in malaria: one is pyrimethamine and the another is proguanil. Antibiotics used in malaria, so they are tetracycline and doxycycline, and maybe clindamycin as well. Thank you.